This is Activity 2.2 on page 26, Writing Math Equations. We have the presentation file, My Inc. Develotech New Products Internal Release open. Your sales team needs to use mathematical formulas to calculate parameters such as gross margin and inventory turnover. Before the launch of the new products, you want to refresh your sales team on these basic retail math formulas. In the internal release presentation, you notice that these parameters have been explained, but do not catch the eye of the reader. You decide to include these parameters as equations so that your team can remember them easily. Number 1, open the Inc. equation dialog box. First, I'm going to start by scrolling down and selecting slide number 9. And in the slide pane, we're going to place the cursor directly after TS and press enter. All right, so that makes a new line for us. Then we're going to go up to the Insert tab. And in the Symbols command group, we're going to select Equation. Don't select the drop-down, just select the actual button. You get the placeholder text type equation here. We're going to go up to the Equation Tools Design Contextual tab. And in our Tools group, we're going to select Inc. Equation. So this opens up the Math Input Control dialog box. And we're going to use our mouse or your touchpad to write the equation GM equals TS minus CG. So make sure that right is selected, and I'm going to do the best I can here. GM equals T. You can see it's updating as I'm adding more lines. And we have S minus C and G. Now you can go through, and if you need to make corrections, if it didn't match up correctly, just use your select and correct option to fix them, as we did in the actual lesson if you need to. So you would just drag the mouse over an incorrect character to select it, and then you can redraw it if need be. So select and correct. If I needed to correct the letter T, you might have it from the drop down. If not, you can always redraw it. All right, if everything looks correct, we're going to insert that into our equation placeholder. Number 5, insert the equation for calculating inventory turnover. Now we're going to put our cursor after ARS and press enter to make a new line. Then we're going to go back to our Insert tab, Symbols group, and select Equation again to enter that type equation here, placeholder text. And in our Tools group, again, Inc. Equation. And then we're going to write, and if we need to, correct the formula for inventory turnover. So with right selected, I'm going to do T equals NS divided by ARS. So you can see that there are a few corrections that I need to make here. So I'm going to go down to Select and Correct. The first one I need to correct, you can see, is the letter T. So I'm going to click on that. And I don't get the letter T in any of my options here. So I'm going to close that. I can erase it. And let's try to redraw that. So I'm going to rewrite it. And I get my T. Okay, the next one you can see is the letter S. This shows as lowercase. I need a capital S. So I'm going to select and correct. Click on the letter S, and I can choose my capital S from there to correct that. And then lastly, the S in ARS. Not sure what this symbol is called, but it is not a capital S. So I'm going to click on where I wrote that. So that's the Greek small letter delta. Good to know. I'm going to correct that to a capital S. So I have IT equals NS divided by ARS. So that looks correct now. I'm going to insert that into my slide for my equation. And we are good to go now. I'm going to go up to my quick access toolbar and save my updates. And this is the last activity for lesson 2. So I'm going to close out my presentation. And I can exit PowerPoint as well.